Now, we're learning about the greatness of how great is the Torah. It's so great. Pasuk says, you have a Kohen Gadol that goes in to the Kodesh Kodashim on Yom Kippur, the Holy of Holies, on the holiest day of the holiest year. Who's greater? That person or a Mamzer Tamid Chacham? For example, let's say you're giving Aliyah to the Torah. Who goes? Kohen Gadol has precedence or a Mamzer Tamid Chacham? You have Kohen Gadol Amaretz. Kohen Gadol is not a Chacham. You could have it. You have Mamzer that's a Tamid Chacham. He has precedence over that. Why? Because the Pasuk says, Yakarai mipeninim. The Torah is so precious that it's more precious than the Lifnai v'Lifnim, than the Kohen Gadol going in Kodesh Kodashim on the holiest day of the year. This is more precious than that. Yeah, that's the truth. Yekarai mipeninim. Because you have to understand that he writes over here that we don't realize, first of all, I'm just letting you know, we don't realize what one word is. One word they say from the Alta Mikelm, that one time he says that it's worth it the whole world be created for one person to say one Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo. And it's worth it, the whole world, imagine the whole world created for one person to say Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo, finished. And one Amen is equal to 1,000 Baruch Hu Baruch Shemos. And one Yeshem Merabah is equal to one Amen. And one word of Torah is equal to one Yesh Merabah. This is the way they bring it from the Alta Mikel. You can imagine what one word of Torah is. It's not a joke. You just say Divrei Torah. It's holding up the whole world. En lecha mitzvah bechol mitzvot shish kula keneget limud Torah. There is no mitzvah in the whole entire Torah that equals up to the learning of the Torah. You'll never have it. Take 612 mitzvot. Take the 613th mitzvah of learning the Torah itself will outweigh all 612. רק תלמוד תורה שכולה כנגד כל המצוות. לפי, why? שתלמוד מביא לידי מעשה. Because rest assured that the Torah will change the person in order to do all the mitzvot. When you learn the Torah well enough, you'll get to the level of doing all the mitzvot because you learned the Torah. There was one rabbi, he gave a shiur once, he gave a derush on this, and one of the person was finishing Siyum Hashas, and he's like, every time you learn, you leave the learning, the learning has to change you entirely. That's what he's telling you. ומה שאמרו תלמוד תורה כן עם כולם, זה הלומד על מנת ללמוד וללמד, לשמור ולעסוק קיים מפני קביעתו של תורה, אינו יכול לקיים כל מצוות. Alright. So he writes over here that what? That, there was one time I was, I'm going to tell you this amazing story. Such an amazing story. You ready? Listen to this. I'll tell you an amazing story. I was in yeshiva and everybody was getting visas. If you stay in Israel more than 3 months, then you have to go to the, I don't know what it was, the Knesset, what it was, to get a stamp that you're a student visa, so they don't stop you at the airport. Because if you're more than in Israel for more than 3 months, then they start stopping you in the airport. What'd you do? You pay a fine of $150, and they let you go back. But the fine is $150. So, and you have to go to the Knesset to get a stamp. 3 months was passing by from all the, my whole shiur. It was 20, 30 guys. And we're sitting 20, 30 guys, and one guy got us all into one meeting at a certain time where we're all going to get stamps. We're so excited. Okay, great. We don't have to wait on line. The line could be an hour, hour and a half. Perfect. When did he get us the meeting? At 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock noon. What happens 12 o'clock noon? We have class, shiur, with one of the rabbis in the yeshiva. So they tell him, Rabbi, we have this meeting with the Knesset, this, that. All 20 of us are leaving. So when I heard about it, I personally said, guys, come on. You can't cause bitul Torah. You can't do that. Especially the rabbi in the middle of his class. You can't do that. You do it on what's it called? On a time where we don't have a shiur, we don't have the time of the seder of the learning. And they weren't listening to me. My chavruta listened. Because I told my chavruta, what's worse can happen? You get stopped at the airport, you pay $150 fine. I told him, look, I'll pay the $150 fine for you, but I want you to sign that the hour from 12 to 1 that you were supposed to go there, I get you learning of the Torah. So he's like, no, I don't want to do that. I was like, so what do you want to do? He says, no, I'll stay, don't worry. I stayed, my chavruta stayed, and one more person stayed. Everybody went. They came back exactly an hour later. At 1 o'clock, we have lunch. They all come back. Not one of them got it signed. As they came, they said, you have to come back on Friday. What's Friday? Friday at a certain time, where at that time, the yeshiva gave us off. So they all went on an off time. I said, because you're never going to gain when you take away time for learning of the Torah. True story. Stop it in.